just today, the Red Sox made 2 trades. They get 2 guys who were not mentioned once by any of the bloggers, by any of these guys came out of nowhere, and we'll let Couture talk about him because he's wearing a Padres jersey, so obviously he knows baseball.
From the collection.
From the collection. So give us those guys and break down those 2 trades.
Well, I mean, the thing that
in a nice pithy fashion.
The thing that I think of is I remember when the Patriots acquired Corey Dillon.
Patriots are a football team.
They are a football team.
Okay.
I'm building
verifying. Go ahead.
Yes.
Your floor
Completely out of
counselor.
left field. Completely out of left field. The Red Sox are not there, but the thing that Epstein has said from the beginning is that these months, these times before the non-waiver deadline and then the waiver trading deadline is September 1st, if you don't build your depth now, you don't have it. You have to go within your organization or you have to go into the playoffs with what you have. And when you have a veteran-heavy team like the Red Sox do, in so much as they've made additions from their system, they need insurance. Adam LaRoche, is it Adam or Andy?
It was Adam.
It is Adam because I've already gotten it wrong.
They're brothers.
Like 7
It's
times.
easy.
Andy, Pittsburgh hopes has not reached a ceiling, but Adam pretty much has. You know exactly what you're getting. With
And
him.
which is first baseman, left-handed hitter,
some power.
some power. I'm not sure. I'll let you talk about it, but I'm not sure. Maybe we should just say that they got Adam LaRoche from Pittsburgh and they got Chris Duncan
From the Cardinals.
and we're talking about 2 guys that are first baseman / power hitters with a low average and walk a lot, right? Why would they get 2 of the same player?
They are not confident, and Epstein said this today on his conference call. They are not confident with the way that they hit right-handers, and the low hip issue is going to be pretty significant for them because his offense clearly was not affected by this injury, but the doctors have told the Red Sox and have told Lowell that he might not be 100% on that hip until 2010, if he is at all.
Right.
And their left side defense has been abysmal. Getting rid of Lugo helps.
And Lugo was him for Duncan, was straight up.
Yeah,
Here's our problem. We'll take your problem because Duncan was struggling.
You always love to read these press releases because they're written in such a way as to glorify the move. And the words cash considerations were going with Lugo to the Cardinals. That might be $13.5 million. It might be $13.4 million. We'll find out.
So
in
they're
the coming
paying.
days.
So that's what they do. They pay. They say, "Hey, Cardinals, thanks for taking Lugo. Here's $13 million."
It may not be all of it, but the funny thing is, actually, if you look at the release for the Pirates. The Red Sox are actually getting a small amount of cash from the Pirates, which feels like it should be illegal.
Well, but it is odd when you see NBA is even worse. It's like, we got a first-round draft pick. We don't really want it. You got like $2 million. We'll take it.
Yeah, the Lakers sold a pick outright in the last draft,
which is kind of awesome.
I just mean when you have the major market Red Sox,
having to take
getting
that
cash from we haven't had a winning season since 1992 Pittsburgh Pirates.
Spunky though.
I mean, the quote that Epstein used today was that the deal for the Pirates, where they were looking for a corner infielder, they were looking for a guy who could help them against right-handers. The Pirates had the, quote, most reasonable acquisition cost, which is basically the only way that you can say nicely, we gave them 2, 20 to 30 ranked prospects in our system. Right. One guy's on the 40-man roster, but nobody's higher than AA. We got a major league ready player. Giving up almost nothing.
Yeah.
The times that the Pirates have fleeced another organization in a trade, about zero.
But
it doesn't happen.
That's the price of having that team. You give away your good players and you get a couple of guys. But yeah, they don't.
But I mean, it's the beauty of being in the Red Sox position where they knew that they had to make a move before the deadline because, as we learned in 2004, if Theo doesn't believe that this team can get and be a World Series contender, he's willing to make a move. And this is not a risky move per se. You're basically adding.
Yeah, they gave up nothing.
Yeah, they didn't give up anything, and they've determined what they think they need to make that jump and to be there in October. And if LaRoche isn't it, if Duncan isn't it, well, then there's not really anything lost. But now they can feel more confident about giving Terry Francona a stronger bench. They can feel more confident against right-handed pitching. They probably would have preferred to get a third baseman because then they don't have to move Euclid over to third base. But
isn't it a luxury to have I mean, Euclid is a good third baseman. There's a lot more first baseman that can hit than third baseman.
Euclid's versatility, I know we talk about it a lot here, but his versatility gives them so many more options. The fact that he's obviously a Gold Glove first baseman, but the fact that he can go over to third base and still play a
good
better
third.
than league average third base. He's not a superstar by any stretch of the imagination, but they don't lose much there, especially now with Lowell dealing with the hip injury. He's not moving as well. That's a position that is held down there, and it allows them to get that kind of bigger bat over at first.
Let me ask Nick a question
sir.
here, as a backup Red Sox demon. Does it feel to you that it's not just a vote of confidence, a lack of confidence in Lowell? I mean, we're talking about they now have three backup left-handed first basemen. I mean, is part of it, are we worried that Ortiz might break down also, or might revert to hitting 150?
It could be. Duncan can also play the outfield. I think they're
Right.
also worried. I think they're very worried about Baldelli holding up for the entire year,
Yep.
plus the playoffs. And, I mean, Mark Kotze, did they put Kotze in the DL to make room for LaRoche
There's
officially?
going to be a move made on Friday. The scuttlebutt would be that it would be Kotze because he and
Okay.
LaRoche
He
basically
has the
have
calf injury,
the exact
correct?
same skill set.
Yeah.
So-
I think it's making sure that they have enough bodies for those positions so that,
Yeah.
Jeff Bailey has not been that impressive. He's kind of held down the fort.
And
I
he's
mean,
he's
Aaron-
battling his own injury at this point.
Nicknamed
Aaron
Bales.
Bates.
Aaron Bates?
Bates.
We don't ever need to see Aaron Bates again.
He was fine.
Cease
for-
talking
You
about
actually
Aaron
refused to
Bates.
use his
But I
name
mean,
last
even-
week on the show.
Yeah,
But the Red Sox-
I'm sorry. When Aaron Bates...
But anyway.
Aaron Bates' mom, I apologize. I'm sure you raised a fine boy, and